smirking in court, showing no remorse.
And I'll tell you point blank, I have not 1 ounce of remorse for Trusan's death.
And even justifying what they did.
I'm innocent. You all, you're garbage.
Hang on for the unbelievable court moments that only happens when justice meets a cold heart.
You are the lowest form of human life that I've been able to observe or see. You are a monster, and quite frankly, you are evil.
Here's Ronnie ONeal, a man whose courtroom behavior shocked the nation. In 2018, he was charged for a tragic and violent event inside his own home that left his partner and one of his children gone, and another child badly hurt.
Mr. ONeal, listen, stop. Listen to me. You're not going to raise your voice again.
His surviving son, barely able to speak, called for help, his voice weak but clear.
What is the address you're at? Where's the gun? Your deputy on the way. Who did this?
When ONeal showed up in court, instead of remorse, he shouted conspiracy claims, represented himself, and even cross-examined his own son.
I am not sorry for something I didn't do, and I am not sorry for the things I did do. But I will say, I'm sorry for your loss.
The courtroom watched in disbelief as he denied the charges, loudly, despite overwhelming evidence. In the end, the jury took just a few hours to find him guilty. The judge called it one of the worst cases she had ever seen. ONeal was sentenced to life without parole.
19 years I've been at this job. I've seen human beings killed at the hands of others in every way imaginable. You name it, I've seen. Shootings, stabbings, drownings, suffocatings, blown apart by cars, DUI manslaughter cases, horrible things. This is the worst case I have ever seen as far as the facts go. And I read somewhere, and I don't know if it's true or not, I have no idea, but I read somewhere that souls pick their lives and that they know exactly how difficult their lives are going to be before they enter into this work. And I don't know if that's true or not, but if it is, Ronnie ONeal is one of the bravest souls I have ever come across in my 54 years on this planet. One of the bravest ever, because she suffered so traumatically.
Back in Orlando, Florida, 2018, Elise Ortick Neves found himself in front of a judge for a disturbing case involving his partner's young son. According to investigators, Neves had been left in charge of the 7-year-old when something went terribly wrong. The boy was rushed to the hospital with serious injuries that raised immediate red flags.
The boy died from internal injuries suffered in a Gaines Township home in June of 2017. It happened while Otis Nez was babysitting.
At first, Neves claimed it was all an accident, but his story quickly fell apart under closer examination. Medical experts confirmed that the child's condition didn't match what he had said. Detectives pointed out inconsistencies, and evidence began pointing in one direction.
I make him take a shower, like, come on, the shower, whatever. And when he gets something like, no, I don't feel good. Man, all right, well, I grab him, and he feels kind of hot, so I'm like, all right, come on. I go back up to the front. I get some water, because he had an 8 day. He just roughly woke up when I just woke him up.
Okay.
So I go back there. He's in the water or whatever, and then like I don't know, it just seemed like his body, like he just looked like he was getting stiff, like he couldn't move. And then so I grabbed him out of the water. The water was kind of cold, you know what I'm saying? Because I was like, he was kind of warm, so I was trying to like wake him up or whatever. So
how cold was it? Was it the water only gotten cold? Or
no, it was like, you know, like mid, you know what I'm saying, mid cold, mid hot, like warm.
You call it lukewarm?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I grabbed him out the water, I'm like, right. And like he couldn't move his body. He was just looking at me and he like, yeah. I'm like, buddy, are you all right? He's like, yeah. So I try to give him some water and like he's drinking it, but at the same time, like, I don't know, it's like he drank it, but it was like he got like, it was getting stuck. So So like, just give him the water, keep giving him. I'm like, bro, you hungry? You hungry? Like, yeah. So I try to give him some bacon, and I just keep trying to give him water, and then like I feel like his stomach is filling up.
How much water would you say you gave him?
I just kept trying to give him water, because I don't know, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what to do. So I'm thinking like, I don't know, he dehydrated or something, because I saw his body turning pale. I mean, like his face, yeah, like my whole body turning pale. So I'm trying to give him water, like, all right. And like I felt his stomach to the point where like it was bloated and hard. So throw up. So I'm trying to push on his stomach so he could throw up, but he ain't throw it up. So I tried to stick my finger in his mouth so he could throw up. He bit me right here. You know, I'm like, throw up. I didn't know what to do. So like all of a sudden, I go to get him some clothes or whatever. Coming like my dad came in the back, and I'm like, no, go in the front. So like the lights shut off. So now I'm like,
Where are you at? Are you in the bathroom still?
No, no. By this time, I went to my room. I get a towel. You know, I'm trying to get him covered up and everything. So now I'm in his room trying to get him some clothes.
Is he saying anything to you at this point?
No, he'll stare at me. He might say like one word, but he's not really, not saying nothing. So by this time, I go in his room and I lay him down. I lay him down on the towel. I put some pants, some shorts on him, and now he's not saying nothing. So I'm come here. So I'm trying to give him air and CPR. You know what I'm saying? So ambulance, call the ambulance, hurry up. So now I'm trying to give him CPR and blowing and give him air. And I'm doing this for a good like 5 minutes. I'm like, call the ambulance, go call the ambulance. So he goes, takes off, he comes back, and he comes back there. I'm like, he's not breathing, call the ambulance. I grabbed him, I picked him up, and that's when I went to the kitchen with him, out there when I told him to go outside,
Okay.
And so I'm in the kitchen, I'm trying to give him CPR and blowing his mouth, he can get air until, somebody comes, and then all of a sudden, and that's when we're both in the kitchen trying to give him CPR and stuff. And
Okay, it's okay. It's all right. I know this isn't an easy thing to talk about. I'm sorry to make you have to go back through it again, okay?
It's like I'm the only one that like out there for him, like this, I took the step up to the plate like I have my own kids. I love my kids, I see my kids, I take care of my kids, and I feel like it's my fault, man. Like I couldn't do nothing. What? Couldn't do nothing.
In court, Nez showed little emotion even as prosecutors laid out the case. His reaction, or lack of it, was hard for some in the gallery to watch.
You beat this child, you brutalized this child, and you tortured this child.
I'm going to continue to say I will take a lie detector test to prove that I never abused any of Sonia's kids or never abused Giovanni and never intentionally meant to hurt Giovanni but to help him.
You can claim your innocence, but I sat over this trial and I carefully listened to all the testimony, and the jury verdict was clearly correct in this matter. There is no question whatsoever that you committed this murder and that you beat this little boy to death. This is one of the most disgusting trials that I ever had to sit through.
I ain't gonna let you here say no crazy shit about me, man.
Anybody says anything back there, arrest them. You are the lowest form of human life that I've been able to observe or see. You are a monster, and quite frankly, you are evil. What you did was sickening and disgusting. We're done. Take him to prison, please.
In the end, the jury found Nez responsible, and the judge handed down a lengthy prison sentence. While the courtroom remained calm, the emotional weight of what happened hung heavy in the air. Back in Las Vegas, Nevada, Julisa Taylor faced one of the most heartbreaking cases in recent memory. Authorities say she was caught on surveillance footage in what became a deeply unsettling timeline involving her own 5-year-old son. Police were called to the scene and found Julisa appearing nervous but cooperative. Her responses seemed scripted until officers began pressing for details.
There is no tire there. All right. There's what?
There's blood all over the car.
I have a broken windshield and I'm missing a tire because some kids were shooting at my car.
What looks like blood in there?
It's not blood, it's deer meat. I had a big bag of, there's a farm around here that does deer meat and hamburgers.
Shotgun shells all over this. Yeah. Holy We got a body. Oh, yeah. All right, let's cover it.
Yep.
Surveillance footage from nearby stores and hallways showed Julisa's movements in the days before and after the tragedy, creating a troubling picture that contradicted her version of events. Investigators later discovered internet searches on her phone that included concerning phrases, questions no parent should ever be asking online. This discovery played a huge role in court. During the trial, emotions ran high. Prosecutors painted a chilling picture of what happened, while Julisa sat mostly quiet, offering little reaction as the jury heard the details. In the end, the jury found her guilty. The court handed down a lengthy sentence, ensuring she wouldn't be walking free anytime soon. For many in the courtroom, it was a painful but necessary moment of accountability.
Ms. Scholar, you have a right to speak this morning if you'd like. You don't have any obligation to speak, but if you'd like to choose to speak, now is the time to do it.
Yes, I would like to say something.
Go ahead.
I'm innocent. You all. You're garbage.
Ms. Scholar, I don't know that that's appropriate here.
Sorry, I told you what somebody else.
What I would say is, the worst thing that seems to happen to parents is to lose their child. It's worse, though, when you don't lose your child to something like cancer or an accident. It's when someone takes that child from the world. What I can't imagine, nobody can imagine, is when the person that takes a child from the world is the one that brought that child in. But that is what the jury concluded he did, and I respect the jury's judgment, and I respect Minnesota's decision about what the appropriate consequence is. Nothing I do would bring justice to this situation. Nothing I do would relieve any of the pain that you caused by doing that. But what is, according to law, the just and fair sentence for what you did is what Mr. Allard said, and that is life in prison without the possibility of parole. So I will judge you guilty of first-degree murder and issue that sentence. I will not impose any sentence.
I can't hear you over your stomach, probably.
Bottom line is that you are being sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole in this style. I'm not going to impose any kind of fine or fees. I will require that you submit a DNA sample. As I mentioned, I'll keep restitution open for 60 days. There's a tad misdemeanor case. I'm going to dismiss that in the interest of justice.